Alright, so we're going to start by solving this equation. So let a solid be formed by revolving the region bounded between the curves. F of x is equal to the square root of x, g of x is equal to x squared from x equals 0 to x equals 1. So the way we can start this is by making a graph. Make our x and y, x, y, and then we can do a rough sketch from 0 to 1, and then we can just put 1 right here. So we graph f of x, which will be in this color right here. So f of x, when x equals 1 is 1. So we go here, and when it equals 0 starts here, and it looks something like this. Looks something like that. And then the x squared, so g of x, when x equals 1 is also 1, and then when x equals 0 is 0. So this looks something like that because it's concave up and this is concave down. And we are revolving it about y is equal to 1. So we're revolving it about this line right here. So we have to make another graph to show that, which will be something like that, and then we can do our revolution right here, like that. And we can solve this by using the disk/washer method, which is this. So our outer radius is 1 minus that, because our big radius right here is just 1. But this is the outer radius right here, which is our g of x, which will be, so our outer radius, which is big R, is equal to 1 minus x squared. And our inner radius right here is going to be little r of x, which is equal to 1 minus x, the square root of x, because of this right here. And we're trying to find this region in here. So with that being said, we can start by solving our cross-sectional area here, which this is equal to, so cross-sectional area is equal to pi times big R of x squared. And then we're subtracting this inner radius, so it's going to be minus pi little r of x squared. Then we can replace these equations into this, which will give us a is equal to pi times 1 minus x squared minus pi xr, just kidding, 1 minus the square root of x squared, which if we factorial these out will give us a is equal to 1 minus 2x squared minus plus x to the 4th minus pi 1 minus 2 square root of x plus x. So since we have both pi's right here, we can combine them to become a is equal to pi 1 minus 2x squared plus x to the 4th minus 1 plus 2 square root of x minus x. And that's our whole thing. And then we can further simplify it, so our area is equal to this, 1 and 1 cancel. So we can rearrange this to x to the 4th minus 2x squared. So x to the 4th minus 2x squared minus x plus 2 square root of x. And then to find our volume, we know that it's going to be the integral from a to b of our area, dx. So that's our volume. And then our volume can be from 0 to 1. And then our area would be pi times x to the 4th minus 2x squared minus x plus 2 square root of x d of x, which then we can take out the pi because it's constant, so pi 0 to 1 x to the 4th minus 2x squared minus x plus 2 square root of x dx. And then we can break the integral apart into integrate this, and this, and this, and this, and this. So it's going to be v is equal to pi, big bracket, and then it's going to be the integral from 0 to 1 of x to the 4th dx minus the integral of 0 to 1 2x squared dx minus the integral from 0 to 1 x dx plus, and then we change this into a fraction, the expressed of a fraction, so it's going to be integral from 0 to 1 of 2 x to the 1/2 dx. So by doing so, we can integrate, and we get this is going to become x to the 5th divided by 5 from 0 to 1 minus, then this is going to become 3, so 2/3 x to the 3rd from 0 to 1 minus x squared over 2 from 0 to 1 plus 4/3 x to the 3/2 from 0 to 1. And since we know that 0 times anything is basically 0, we can just neglect this right for like this, and what we will get is v is equal to pi. So this 1 to the 5th is 1 divided by 5 is 1/5 minus, and then we neglect the 0 because 0 to the 5th is 0. 0 divided by 5 is 0, and then this is going to be 1 cubed is 1, so it's going to be 2/3. And then this is going to be negative, and then 1 to the 2, 1 squared is 1, and then plus this is going to be 4/3. And then we do a little number crunching on the calculator, and we should get 11 pi over 30. And that is your volume of revolution about y.